So if anybody weird pops in.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Reading Room Book Club. It is Truth or Kill Day for this month of May 2023. It's just Alicia and I for right now. Charles is running a little late, and I don't think Ryan finished the book, and he's on a work trip too. So
I don't blame him
sorry.
because I wouldn't have.
you know, but
Sorry.
after The Warded Man, I'm going to try and not be so harsh on books, but that's just me. So feel free, everyone else.
I was just surprised when Charles told me who this is a pseudonym for.
Oh, really? I didn't.
It's
I didn't even
Lexi
look
C.
into it.
Foss. Have you ever read anything by her?
I haven't. No. No.
She writes really good romances, and I'm just like, but this just. This doesn't make sense. She writes really good stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
What else has she written?
She writes a lot of like mafia.
Okay.
Like, not as much as like there's still some mafia, but it's not like to the extent that this is. Like this is a lot.
Well, this isn't like specific. Well, I guess you could classify this mafia, but like it's not like the people at the company are all like corporate criminals and things like that. But
they're all white collar.
Yeah. But so Truth or Kill, we have this is a revenge / trapped in a cabin and like fake murder
close
mystery.
close circle murder mystery type thing. Yeah.
What did I say? Wealthy people, social clubs gather.
Yeah. Very top 1% type people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we start out with our main character. I can't even remember the character. Cage was the male lead.
Sydney.
Sydney. That's what
the audio of the guy talking like the girl was just like hurting my soul. I was like, please stop. Please stop.
These weren't my favorite narrators. So Sydney is invited by a wealthy best friend, or not best friend, no, just wealthy schoolmate. Yeah. So they were on a volleyball team together. Sydney's the scholarship student at the rich private college, and
because of course she is.
Of course she is. Yeah. Well, I mean, she had to be for the story, right?
Yeah.
And invited to this cabin where there's going to be like it's like the corporate team bonding vacation, like sort of things, and
like fall and I'll catch you type kind of team building.
Would you do the trust fall with any of these people in this?
Oh, hell no. No. I wouldn't do the trust fall with half the people I know.
So the first night, well, so they have to play these games of like, it's like
pretend shooting.
Yeah,
I don't know what you would call it.
I didn't quite get that too. Were they playing a video game on a screen where they shot the picture, the image of the people in the room?
Well, that's what made me think of. Do you remember that old school video game? I don't know if they still have it, but it was the one where you shot the ducks or whatever, or the deer, and that's like what I thought of. I'm like, yeah, all you see is like the 3 rings and you shoot the thing. Because that's all I thought of every time they brought it up. I'm like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, because there was talk about like game controllers, but then like the trigger was going around, and anyway, you either had to tell the truth or kill someone in the room, and they had to leave the game. And I kind of liked these parts.
That was the only interesting part. What does that say about me that I was for the murdering? I'm like, all right.
And so that the friend or acquaintance that invited Sydney is murdered the first night, and so now it becomes a
execution style
murder mystery dinner.
Yeah.
Yes, execution style. Which I'm down for that. That's
like, she wasn't that great of a human being to begin with, so
it
wasn't that like.
Right, hardly anyone in this book was. I guess we'll get back to that as well, because there was yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts.
A wrench. All right. Well, what were your thoughts like in the beginning, like at like this point that
I was intrigued in the beginning. I was like, ooh, are they gonna like subvert it somehow? Is it gonna be some sort of like game where you have to like run through the woods and someone chases you or whatever? I was like, I'm down for that. And like then it just becomes like this game of like pretend shooting, and then and then I know this is jumping a little bit, but the whole thing of like make me forget and using that to be like the sexy talk. I was like, can we please? This is making me puke. Like
yeah, I mean, you knew that was going to happen just with the themes of the book here. But like you were saying before we went live, like when you have these characters that are written to be so smart, but then
they're dumb as hell.
Make these dumb decisions.
A box of rocks is smarter than these people. Like, come on.
But granted, we can all make some dumb decisions when it comes to being horny. So,
but like, I was like, okay, the guy is threatening to kill you. That's when you get attracted to him. There's no correlation for me personally. I'm not kink shaming anybody, but okay, the man might kill me, so I might bang him. Why not? Like, I'm just like, no.
And I needed a bit more. Like, I understand it's a dark romance, and you just want to.
There wasn't enough dark to call it dark.
And that's true too. That's an excellent point as well. But it had the mechanics of how the story flowed like a dark romance, and so there's not as much character development usually, which
and that's what bugged me. I was like, just like, it's 400 pages. Why isn't there any character development?
Was it really?
Like, it wasn't. That's what my Kindle, the Kindle version that I read on KU said. It was 400 pages, and I was like, for it being 400 pages, I don't care about anybody. And I think I said this to you when I started reading it. The scene that turned me off was like Gage and Sydney's first sex scene or whatever, or sexy time, and he goes, "My name's not God." I was like, I'm done. I was like, I hate that in romances in general. Like, no. It's like,
yeah, like that doming attitude or whatever,
But he wasn't like, really.
No, you get it. Yeah, it was done really cheesy. Like I kept imagining like a middle schooler that
like a 12-year-old
is like yelling back at their mom, and it's like I go by whatever now. Like,
I go by Gage.
I go
like, I'm
Gage
sorry,
now,
I'm not calling anybody Gage. I don't care if that's your name. I'm sorry. But like, if that ever happened in real life, I'd be like, I'm out. No. My name's not God. Shut up.
He needs to work on his cell a bit more.
Yeah. Like, that was the first point where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna like this at all.
I was trying really hard.
I was trying so hard.
And there were things that are really enjoyable about this book that they could have focused on more. Like, it seems like the games took a back seat to the to just the relationship, if we'll call it that.
If it counts as one. Like, I just felt like they were like bang buddies, which is fine, but like, don't give me daisies saying it's roses, kind of thing. Like, if you're gonna do it.
And so on the dark romance thing, so I can usually gauge a dark romance by how uncomfortable they make me, and that's how I like know if because I don't really read dark romance that often.
I don't. I'm trying to get into it because I want to find good
people that really
ones.
like it I think they like the stuff that makes me uncomfortable. That's kind of where my radar is with these things. And this book didn't make me really all that uncomfortable. Like
the one scene that made me, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but like I was just nauseated by it. Like the scene with the knife. The like where I'm just like, that's not like he used the butt of a knife to like.
Oh, that's right.
And I was just like, no, no. And then he was like, oh, I'm slicing my hand, but I don't care. I'm like, no, you're in the woods. Plus, there's a bunch of dirt. Like, no.
Yeah. It's not like, where's that knife been, sir?
Yeah, no. And by you being the killer of the family, who knows where that knife has been?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was meant to be sexy, and I was just like, this is gross.
Yeah, like I was saying when we were chatting about it, I'll usually, like, my mind usually just kind of like, it becomes background noise when love scenes come on, and they have to be like really good for me to be in the moment in them. But
they weren't. If they were good sex scenes, I would totally be for it. They weren't.
So I mean, I remembering stuff as you're telling me here.
That's enough to tell you right there. Like, we were just like, no. Yeah. I have to say, it's the first time I've given a book 1 star. 1 star.
Oh, really?
I was just like, I'm so angry
about it.
I just said, this is not what it says on the back. This is just like, if you're gonna do it, lean into it. If you're not, don't. But like, I don't know. And then to like, I know I'm jumping, but like to make everything okay, and the way can we just stop with epilogues, please?
I actually didn't finish the epilogue of this one.
It made me want to. I'm like, please stop.
You know what? I think I'm just done with this one. I'm just
like, it was just like, it was like he did the same game to like propose to her. I'm like, I want to puke.
Isn't that like
that's not cute?
So that's not cute at all. Like, because this whole experience was traumatizing for her. Like, she wanted to leave.
She needs therapy
and was not allowed to leave, and so he makes a game out of from like.
Ew! And he was like, "I'm gonna bang you on the table." I'm like, "Please, sir, stop. Go away." like you think no.
And I mean, you know, banging on the table can be hot. You know,
yeah.
But like,
if it's like,
right, Charles? Welcome.
Charles, you and I have a text thread complaining about this thing.
I don't know what happened, but I don't condone any of this. Anything that was said before, I merely just joined.
The main thing is the thing we talked about the main character being a smart person, but then being dumb as hell.
I don't know why. I feel like outside of dark romance, if the author's not careful in how they handle the characters, I get more mad than if it was a contemporary romance.
That's my biggest thing, is the characters they were just given traits and make a character out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like Charles froze. Oh, there
you
go.
Are you back
now? Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. I don't know what happened. My computer just refreshed everyone. So I was like, am I frozen or are they frozen? I blame my dog. She's right here.
Dog cameo.
Puppy!
Oh, so cute.
Okay, now go to sleep. Bye-bye.
Puppy!
You're done.
She will eventually just go off in her own corner. Like, I'm privileged to have her lounging next to me.
Yeah, we complained about this book a lot in our private Voxer chat.
Yeah, I think that's like my biggest thing. I hate how it was missold. Like, from the blurb, I thought like, oh, this is gonna be dark and twisted and yada yada yada. And I was like, the mystery. Oh no, am I?
No, you're not frozen.
Again.
Briefly.
You're muted, but.
Well, let me go and get better Wi-Fi. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it didn't
just
feel like dark romance at all. It felt like, this felt like
training bra for dark romance.
Like, yeah, that's a great analogy. Like it's like if you ask a 10-year-old to dress like an adult, and whatever they come out of the closet look
with
like,
your heels.
That's like that's like this book.
Yep, the heels and the red lipstick. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because the
I was expecting it to be dark.
Mm-hmm.
I was really expecting it to be dark from the cover, the back, and I was just like, but I read this in like a book like this when I started reading dark romance. Back when I was like a teenager, when I shouldn't have been reading it, but oh well.
The past is the past now.
Yeah, I was 17. What can I tell you?
Yeah, the elements were all there, but they weren't.
They were surface level
properly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for such, I can't
didn't
believe the
care.
book was that long. Like it. I guess
it was 400 pages. I was like, but why? Like,
yeah,
but why?
So they focused on the relationship, if we can call it that, but
the bang fest.
There was no chemistry between these two, and so having a proposal in the epilogue was just kind of weird. It's like,
and then be like, if you say no, I'm gonna bang you on the table. I'm like, sir, that's not incentive to like marry your dumbass.
Like, is that supposed to turn me on or something?
like she's in the middle of coding or some shit, and then he walks in and he goes, open the box, and she's like, I'm in the middle of something. He goes, open the box, and I'm sorry if she has as much PTSD as they say she does, that would have not gone over okay.
No.
Like the fake, like he had the fake red dot like on her. I'm like, dude, that's not funny. If she's got PTSD as like you say she does. And then he like, did you read the last chapter? Like, I know it's not the epilogue, but did you read the last chapter?
Yeah. I mean,
where he was like,
what happened. But...
No, where he was the one scene I was like, no, he was watching her for 6 months, but no contact.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. And she was just...
Yeah, she was fine with it. I'm like, no, that's stalking and that's wrong.
When she's so like for 6 months, she's just like, oh, what did I do wrong? Like every night.
He's a creep.
You should be glad that he's gone.
I'm sorry. I feel bad for what happened to them as children, but like that does not make what you did okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm fine that he did it to all the other people. Like,
oh yeah, that's fine.
Like, that's whatever. Like, no empathy for those people. But
no,
like, she had a reason to be there, like in the original plan. But then once, I guess
once he realized he wanted to bang her, she was off limits.
Right? Yeah.
Like it was like no.
Well, I guess they were all supposed to frame her at the end.
Yeah.
But like I didn't care about whatever like
I didn't.
Their plan was by that point.
I wanted more of the people dying. Like the people were obviously garbage. I wanted them all to die, including her. Like especially her because she's so dumb. Like,
Well, there was just so little payoff for all of this, like, or at least for the reader in the whole like orchestrating of what was going on. Like what they were going for was that they were going to hand over the shares in the company to the three brothers. It was like
and then the weird thing of like tying them up on a chair and like giving them simulations of like people dying and shit. Like that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like why?
Yeah. I mean, it was a way to explain what happened to them, but it
still wrong.
I don't know. It wasn't really. The
I
best.
just felt icky reading it. I'm just like, this isn't even like making me. It was just like making the use of things that should not go inside your body like cute, and I was like, no, like better.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay, if this doesn't work, I'll have to switch to another computer.
Yeah, no problem.
What, Damon?
So we were talking about how this had all the elements of dark romance, but it was like a kid trying to write dark romance for the first time, and it's just like not quite there, you know?
Yeah, I felt so bad. I was like, after I finished it, I was like, I thought this would be so good.
The premise was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was down for the murder. Like, I was in for the murder.
Okay, how about I'll just go with video off since my Wi-Fi is acting crazy.
Yeah.
You guys
Okay,
can
we
hear
can
me?
hear you fine.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I like the beginning of the book. It's one of those books that it started off okay enough that I read
That
the
I was
rest of it,
intrigued.
and it's
Yeah.
like, well, it'll get better. It'll get better. It has to get better.
And it just kept on going.
I felt bad because I knew after chapter 1, I was like, this is not going to be very dark. Like, I knew it. Like, as soon as Becca died, I was like, okay, no. Like, we're not even in dark romance territory. This is like romantic suspense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what this needed to be billed as. But
yeah, if it was a Harlequin, I totally would have bought it. Like, without the gross, sexy shit. Like,
I didn't even find the steamy stuff like that disgusting because I was so bored by the rest of the book. I was like, okay, now you're
terminology for me. I was like, can we please not use that?
I was like, now you're trying to be all kinky and stuff. I'm like, and trying to yeah, this is a dark romance, and no.
The my name isn't God line. I was like,
oh my goodness. I feel like the book would have been more suspenseful if we didn't have the hero's point of view.
Yes.
Yeah,
the hero like spoils everything. Like, you know what's going on from the jump.
And I like the brothers. I cared more about the brothers than his dumbass. Like, I was like, I like them too. Like, that's it. I don't know. Like, yeah, I was more surprised when you told me that it was Lexi C. Foss. That shocked me. It is. I was like, what? No.
And for those who are wondering, it's not a secret. If you go to like the Amazon page for A.C.
It's
Kramer,
on there.
It says is Lexi C. Foss.
And she writes such good romances, and I'm just like, but this was not good.
I thought it would be good because like she's a reputable author, but I was like, you really missed the mark on this one.
Does she write more just like contemporary sweet romance?
Paranormal.
Oh, paranormal. Yeah. Okay.
Fun paranormal.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. After this, I don't know. I don't think I will be reading from her again.
Yeah, because this is part of a series, isn't it? Yeah, I guess
are the brothers all going to get
the other two brothers. Yeah,
they have to. Yeah.
Right.
The only one I cared for was like the Judge brother or whatever the hell his actual name was. The oldest one.
I didn't care about any of them.
Like, I was like,
why did Becca have to die? Can someone explain that to me? Like, where in their plans for revenge did this actually need to happen? They
Becca
never explained it.
Yes, that would have been more interesting.
And why did Preston just go along with it and just
shoot her in the head? I'm sorry, this is gonna get flagged by YouTube. I'm so sorry.
That's like the one thing I was like, I can't look past that. I was like, why did Becca have to die if you're going to blackmail them all in the end?
Well, if it was just blackmail, like that was so disappointing.
Yeah, I was waiting for more.
I thought we were gonna have the characters get off slowly one by one or something, and then they turn on each other,
and then there were none type of trope. Mm-hmm. Like slowly, everybody was gonna.
And only one person died.
I know.
I was like, how is this? I was like, this is so dumb. This is such mismarketing. And they didn't even die by the hands of the brothers.
Right.
That was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for someone to kill someone.
And we're supposed to be Cage is like so deadly and so scary.
He's not though. He likes to talk about his knives, but then when they came into play, he cut her clothes off with them. It's like, oh yeah, that's kinky, right? Okay.
That's like
I'm such a bad guy.
That's like level 1, maybe.
Right.
Maybe just by that. I'm just like, why?
Yeah, he talked more of a game than he had.
And that this might just be me, but like I'm like I don't know, just having sex on the ground just doesn't seem exciting. Like I'm like that just seems like an infection. Thanks. Like
Well, it's just
no.
like there's bugs on the ground too.
Yeah,
and
like no,
no.
no. Like a blanket maybe, but like on the ground with leaves that you don't know. No. Nope.
Yeah. I don't know where it lands with a reckless match and the wet cave sex.
No, the worst one was the second one when they had sex in mud, and I'm like, that's an infection waiting to happen. Like he was doing stuff with her while his hand was covered with mud. I'm like, no.
I actually haven't finished the second one yet.
It's so good. It's so good. It's my favorite one of the three. But like, I'm like, if you took that scene out, it would be 5 stars. That just took me out. I was like, I'm done. That's an infection, and that's needing antibiotics for like a month.
But like that's kind of like Kate Bateman's style, though. It's like let's put him in.
It's not in the third one, though.
Like, but in that other series of her, like they have sex in the submarine, like, or they almost do.
And they're like laying in water and like, I don't know. It's just not like I don't know. I just that takes me out of it because I'm like, that's an infection. That's uncomfortable. Like no, like I'm like no. Ew.
Oh my really? Have I read a lot of Kate Bateman? I don't remember. Have I?
You read the first one with me, I believe.
Oh yeah. I interviewed her. Never mind.
I'm talking.
I was like, I know. I was like, the author sounds familiar. Like the book sounds familiar. Why don't I remember it?
But hers are fun. Like aside, hers are fun, and this was just like, I can forgive something if the sex scenes aren't great if it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
This was just like trauma porn trying to be trauma porn.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
like, and it wasn't. I'm like,
I mean, if you like think about the situation, yes, anyone in that situation, it would be traumatic, but it was not delivered through the words on the page. Like you were not there.
Yeah, but every time like the heroine and the hero get together, the heroine's like, I want to forget.
Oh, that line made me want to throw up.
All romantic notions are out the window.
And they just banged every time they saw each other. I don't care that I have a meeting. Bang. Like, stop it. Can we move the plot along? And the descriptions of like them having sex was grossing me out. Not even the sex. I was just like, the descriptions were weird. I'm like, can we not? Like,
well, yeah, and like even for, again, the page count of this book, there was like no chemistry developed between these characters, other than the fact that like he was being sadistic in keeping her trapped in this situation and having sex with her, and she was being traumatized by just having trauma sex with this guy.
But she was also like enjoying it. It was like it was.
Well, that's like the attempt at the dark element. The dark like, romance element of it.
But I don't buy it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I don't buy it.
Yeah, definitely. Kidnap romance can be done way better than this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it even kidnap if she never tried to leave?
But
it's a closed circle mystery.
But she did though, right? Like she tried to walk
I
off.
mean, like
he would just follow her.
Totally
I'm sorry, those were the creepy.
Whatever.
What does it say? Like that to me, the following scenes were creepier than the actual like cutting and all that other stuff. Like I was like
I found none of this creepy. I was like, homegirl, you can't steal anyone's car keys and leave.
Like you must be not trying that hard. Like, come on.
I was like, you're really not trying that hard.
Because it definitely sounded like it was just the three brothers running everything at the hotel. Like I know, like maybe there
was no extra help.
There was staff there, but like it didn't come through that way. It's like you can find a road and like.
If you really try that hard, you'll get somewhere.
Anyway, we're not victim blaming here.
No, but still.
I need
it was just
an
like
R, so
yeah, I don't believe that these two are actually in love. Like I would have
thank goodness
hoped
I
that
got through the library. That's all I can say.
after she got out of that situation and she was not being contacted by Cage for 6 months, and hopefully like she'd gotten into some therapy and realized, oh my gosh, this was an awful situation. You should probably just hope to never see that person again.
I know.
Yeah, and he just shows up in her house and pins her down. I'm like, no, sir. She was like, I thought you didn't love me anymore. I'm like, I want to puke. Like, oh my god, I want to throw up.
Yeah, and like again, the attempt of the like, well, you had things to do, and like I was
you needed to graduate. I was like, ew, I'm gonna stop. And why is it always a college girl? Why? Why can't it be someone in their 30s with a job who has their shit together? Like, why is it always got to be like a 22-year-old that knows nothing about the world? Not saying all 22-year-olds know nothing about the world, but that's how the character is played.
That's because there would be no story if she was too smart.
But that's the thing. They played her off as smart, and she was dumb as a box of rocks.
Saying that would be good writing too. An actual smart person in a situation they can't get out of.
Yeah,
That's my biggest complaint with Neanderthal too. They're both so smart, but they're both really dumb. And I'm just like, but you guys are really smart. Why?
Yeah, but that's Avery Flynn, and she makes everything hilarious. So.
Yeah, that's why I gave it a 4. But yeah.
I definitely feel Megan Quinn. I still like Megan Quinn over Avery Flynn.
I gotta try Megan Quinn.
Yeah, I haven't read any Megan Quinn either.
Megan Quinn?
Where do you recommend to start? Because she's got a bunch. She's got a bunch. I know.
There are so many romance authors out there. I can't read them all.
I can't keep track of them all.
Take a break from your Harlequins.
Actually, I've been reading
Harlequins lately.
Hey! I'm calling you out.
All right, fair enough. I actually have been reading more single title lately. But I've been busy with school stuff too, so I haven't been able to read as much in general.
I've just been reading like popcorn reads because that's all my brain can take right now. Like I'm like anything that makes me think too much, I'm like I'm done.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm about to go like a literary fiction mood.
Yes, right.
Don't judge me.
No, I'm not judging because I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I'm like I'm so over this, and I'm going into fantasy a lot more, and sci-fi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta check and see if my script unlocked me on the Warded Man books.
Oh God, are you still gonna finish them?
Oh my goodness! I still have to continue that series.
I have so many problems with it, but I'm hooked.
It's compelling, but there's so many issues with it. Yeah.
Do you have a thought? You look like you had a thought.
I'm confused. I was like, but why was it 400 pages? Or maybe I'm just spoiled because of Harlequin that like everything's done in 200 to 300 pages that I'm just like, why? Why? I don't understand why a romance has to be over 350 pages.
Yeah, it's
because we needed all the steamy times to happen.
But there a lot of the authors that write that much don't write steamy time. Mariana Zapata, they kiss once in the last 93 at the 93% mark.
You do. I'm just this one again.
I can't do the long romances anymore.
I love Mariana Zapata when she's good. Like when she's like end up like with a good story and good characters. She's amazing.
The Winnipeg one was annoying because that guy was just a jerk and didn't deserve anything.
You should read Wait for Me.
Okay.
That's a single mother one. Oh my goodness. The kids in that are like everything.
Okay. The kids aren't annoying because I hate when they write the kids really annoying.
Well, apparently not. They like her sister's kids and her sister passed away.
Okay.
So like they're like very protective over the heroine.
Oh,
so when the
cute.
hero comes, they're like trying to protect her. It's so cute.
Okay. I like it. Yeah.
I'm down. I just don't. My thing with kids, and I have no problem with kids. I come from a huge family. My thing with when people write kids in romances, a 6-year-old sounds like a 25-year-old. I'm like, a 6-year-old doesn't talk like that. Stop. Like, either they talk like they're 2 or adults, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, or like the conversation with a child is the solution to the third act breakup.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh my
like,
gosh,
no!
the logic of a child.
My 6-year-old's smarter than me.
Yeah.
I know, right?
All right. Well, any final thoughts on Truth or Kill?
I am so sorry that you all had to read this book.
I have to say, I read it in 2 days, so like it didn't take me that long.
It took me a week to read this book because I was like, it's so bad.
I love the
I have to read it.
I love the beat by beat messages I was getting. This is so horrible. Oh my god. I kept on getting Boxer messages about this is so bad, and if they say she's smart one more time, I'm gonna hurt somebody. I'm like, I can't.
You don't understand how my rage kicks in when I read a dark romance that is bad. Like, I am ready to go fight the author. I'm so angry.
Oh my god.
Like, I could literally write an essay on why I hate this book.
Please rate it. I'll read it. That'll be more entertaining than this was.
I will be breaking that down. I was like, you know, that's why I can't trust Amazon reviews and synopsises anymore.
Oh, hell no.
You should do
I was like, this book was not dark. I mean, like, if you've never read a dark romance, you may consider this dark-ish.
It's a kind of starter pack.
Like I wouldn't even suggest this though to someone like wanting to like a light start into dark romance. It's like, yeah, I don't.
What would I suggest though? Huh?
I would say for a starter dark romance, I would start with like the popular ones, like Penelope Douglas. That's a very popular one. Like Birthday Girl.
Birthday Girl is the only one I liked by her. That was it. The other one I was like, no.
You know what I was
dark
thinking?
Romance is hard to recommend.
Is that so? I know it's not dark romance, but Your Dad Will Do made me more uncomfortable in this book. Like that.
Your Dad Will Do is great.
It wasn't for me. Like, I mean, I love some Katie Robert stuff, but that one wasn't.
I think that's why I've been spoiled by Katie Robert that I'm just like, get to the damn point. Like, please. She gets to the point quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, she does.
She's like, this is what the book's about. It's going to be on page 10. All right.
I still haven't finished The Kraken's Sacrifice. It
wasn't as good as reading Katie Roberts.
That's the Dragon's Bride series, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not into like the breeding kink. I think it's weird, personally.
You know what? I'm fine with any, like, as long as it's written well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's the only person that I can trust
if you know what you're doing. Like, the whole, what was it? The first book in the Wicked Villain series, like that whole dubious non-consent.
Oh,
the way she handled it was so well. Well done.
The third one, and that's my favorite.
I forgot the name. It's the one with
Desperate Measures.
Aladdin retelling.
Desperate Measures. Yep.
Those are all throuple books, right? Aren't they?
Two out of the 5 are. 2 out of the 5 are.
Okay.
But they're believable thruples.
What am I thinking? Am I thinking of a Veda Weiss that always writes thruples?
Yes.
Okay.
At least the ones that I've read from her, yes.
Okay.
Or I think it's them. I might be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, Truth or Kill. That was it's all right, Charles.
It was something.
We've all picked some duds, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, in my defense, I gave you guys a couple options.
You gave us lots of options, yeah.
I gave us some options. I think I should have said
this
will be good.
Yeah.
I thought this would be good.
Ryan based his pick off of, you saying that this one was going to be the darkest one.
Yeah.
So maybe there is some blame to go.
Really?
But then Ryan's not even here, and it was technically
he didn't even finish the book,
right.
which I don't
told
blame
him not to
him.
finish. I was like, "Don't finish it. Return it."
I returned that book so quick when I rated it. I was like, going back to KU. I've never in my life given a book 1 star. That book made me so mad.
Oh wait, I give 1 stars all the time.
I know you do. Teach me your ways, because I need to learn, because I'm tired of reading duds.
Just when you go and rate a book, think 1 star energy, and then 1 star.
1 star energy.
Hey, if we're not supposed to give 1 star reviews, then it should be 2. 2 should be the lowest rating that you can give.
2 up till this
Good
book.
point.
2 was the lowest I ever gave.
Yeah, I don't know what I would rate this one, because I'm not very good at star ratings.
0?
I feel like you would give it like a 2 or 3, Aaron.
I mean, there are elements I like, but yeah, it just didn't follow through on anything. So yeah, 2 stars.
0. If I can give it 0, I would.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up on this one. I think we spent enough time on it.
We made it pretty far.
We did, and we did talk about the book most of the time. So that's pretty successful book club.
Yeah. Not as many tangents.
Is it your pick now, Alicia?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I know the book you're picking.
Yeah, right? We talked about it. I was thinking Lone Woman by Victor Laval. It's a horror western.
Oh. Nice.
And it's less than 300 pages.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm down. I haven't read
a horror. And Victor Laval writes very short fiction very well. I've read him before, and he writes fiction, like shorter fiction, very well.
All right. Well, that will be the book for next month. And later in the month, the Aaron's Reading Room live interview will be with author Denise N. Wheatley. That'll be Tuesday, May 16th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you're watching live, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on the replay, welcome, and thank you for the views there. All right, everyone, have a good evening, and we'll see you in the next one.